Hello and welcome. In this video, Claude Code builds a working automation in a terminal in 3 stages. A robot runs every stage, the designer shows every change, and at the end there is a report worth reading. This is Slug Express, a carrier. Behind its business portal sits the shipment book, 250 shipments, 25 to a page. Somebody checks that book every morning for the shipments that are stuck. That is the job we are automating. The portal has a service account for exactly this. It is a training site, so the login is printed on the door. A robot will sign in as that account, sweep every page, and write the report. Not by hand, we are not even going to write the flow ourselves. Start in the designer on the home screen. Create a new project and name it for what it does. That is an empty canvas. The important part is what came with it. Every project is a real Git repository. Tools outside the designer need an API token, and tokens live in the other half of the workspace. The hamburger at the top left opens it. Designer, admin, agents. Take admin. This is the admin console. Its left rail runs the workspace, and near the bottom is API. Generate token. Name it after the tool that will hold it. And give it write permission, because this tool is going to push flows, not just read them. The token is shown exactly once. Copy it somewhere safe. Hours goes into a file only this machine can read. Back on the home screen. Scroll down to the current project card. There it is, the project's Git clone URL. Copy it. From here on, the flow is files in a folder, and any tool that speaks Git can work on it. Claude Code does not know Robomotion out of the box. This repository teaches it, Robomotion IO/agent skills. 7 skills. Creating flows, validating them, testing them, running them on robots, searching packages, exploring a page in a browser, and reversing network traffic. The README carries the whole setup. Install the skills into your project, and fetch one file that wires up the browser tools. 2 commands, we will run both in a moment. A terminal, clone the project, the URL from the designer with one change. The user is XAPI token, and the password is the token we just made, kept in an environment variable so it never appears on screen or in shell history. Then the host and path, exactly as copied. And the flow project is a folder. Step inside it. Now the 2 commands from the repository. First, the skills. This installs all 7 into the project for Claude Code to find. They land in a .claude folder next to the flow. Second, the MCP file that gives Claude a browser to explore pages with. That is the whole setup. One thing the flow must never contain is the portal password. It goes in the vault. The vault list is behind your account password, and each vault behind its own key. 2 locks on purpose. Portal logins hold service accounts for sites robots sign into. Add an item for Slug Express. A login, a username, and a password. The robot gets its own service account, not a person's. Save, it is encrypted in the browser before it ever leaves. The flow will name this item and never the password. Now the builder. Claude Code in the project folder. Skip permissions is fine here. It is our own empty project on a training workspace. Start it. A fresh folder gets a trust question first. It is ours, confirm. And the session is up. With the skills loaded from the folder, we installed them into. We build in stages, small ask, run it, next ask, exactly how you would work with a colleague. Stage 1 asks for the smallest thing that proves the pipeline. Sign in with the vault item, read 1 page of shipments, show it. The prompt names the vault and the item, tells it never to put credentials in clear text, and asks it to validate, commit, and push. Go. It reads the skills first, then starts working the way they teach. Schemas before guesses. It found the vault with the platform tools, and it is exploring the portal in its own browser, off-screen, to learn the selectors. This takes a few minutes. We will come back when it pushes. A few minutes later, stage 1 is done. Flow written, validated clean, committed, and pushed. Notice what it never asked for, the password. It wired the vault item and moved on. Open the designer, and the flow Claude pushed is simply there. Same repository, 2 views. Look at the credentials node. It points at the vault item by name. No secret in the flow, no secret in Git. And the login fields read from the message. Credentials.username, credentials.password. That is the pattern to copy. The vault holds the secret, the message carries it, the nodes spend it. The flow needs a robot, give it its own pane. Robots usually run as the desktop app or a service. There is also a command line way, made for machines like this one. Deskbot Connect, your email as identity, the workspace, and which robot to be. The robot names come from the admin console. We will look there in a moment. It asks for the workspace password. And the robot is online, in the right pane, waiting for work. One machine, a builder on top, a shell, and a robot. Here it is in the admin console, under robots. Every robot the workspace knows, with its ID and its state. The one we just connected is online. That ID is what scripts pass when they do not want the picker. Run stage 1. The shell starts where we cloned, so step into the project first. Validate first. It checks every node against the real schemas, locally, in a second. Clean, now run it. Pick the robot we just connected. The robot opens its browser on this screen, and the run streams into the terminal, node by node. There is the portal and the sign-in. The username and password came out of the vault on the robot, not out of the flow. One page of shipments read, shown by the debug node, browser closed, done. Stage 1 proved the pipeline end-to-end. Now we can ask for the real thing. Stage 2, every page straight from the table into a CSV. The prompt lists the columns, says to loop with the next control until it is disabled, and, importantly, says do not open detail pages. The table already has everything. That last sentence is there because we watched it happen. Without it, a first draft opened all 250 detail pages. You steer with the prompt. Off it goes. A loop of extract, click next, repeat, and a CSV writer at the end. Stage 2 pushed. The loop, the folder creation, the CSV write, all validated before it was allowed to commit. Refresh the designer and the grown flow is on the canvas. The sweep Claude described, drawn as nodes. Run it from here this time. The dev console shows the same run the terminal did. 10 pages swept in a few seconds. And the debug node reports the count, 250 rows. 2 views of one robot. Use whichever chair you are sitting in. The sync works in both directions. Change something here, tidy the layout with the designer's auto layout. And save. A save in the designer is a git commit like any other. In the terminal, pull. There is the designer's save, arriving as a commit in the clone. Claude works on the same folder, so it now has the designer's change too. Tell it and ask for stage 3. The exceptions report. Only the stuck shipments, oldest first, and a 1-line summary with the money involved. Go. It builds on top of the pulled state. The layout stays, the flow grows. Stage 3 pushed. 3 prompts, 3 commits, 1 flow. The last run, and this time just watch the robot. Sign in and the sweep. A single script inside the page reads all 10 pages in under a second. Then the split, the full report, the exceptions file, and the summary line in the log. "250 shipments swept. 30 need a human. That is the whole job in a few seconds." Before you trust any of this, look at what actually changed. The branch button opens version control. History is every commit, Claude stages, and the designer's save side by side. Tick stage 1. Tick stage 3. And compare. This is the visual diff. The flow as a drawing with everything added in green, changed in amber, removed in red. Walk it one change at a time. Each step selects a node, pans to it, and shows exactly which properties differ. In a large project, this is the difference between trusting a diff and actually reading one. The loop, the writers, the log line, every piece of stage 2 and 3 accounted for. And out. And the deliverable, open the report the robot wrote. A CSV, so Calc asks how to read it. Comma separated is right. Every shipment in the book, consignee, destination, status, the book date, the billed amount. 250 rows. And the file a manager actually opens, the exceptions. "30 shipments, oldest first. The customs holds, the failed deliveries, the delays." With almost 36,000 euros billed against them, that is what was buried in 10 pages of portal. So, describe the stage, let Claude Code build it, run it on a robot, and read the diff before you trust it. The links, the skills, and the training portal are in the description. Thank you for watching.